Greetings and solicitations once again. I am the Bayou Gold Guy coming to you from the leading gold bearing site in South Louisiana, this table. Today we are getting into some everyone's favorite, the rich gold pay dirt from GOLD'N Paydirts. I got this back in April, and gold was at about, I think it was $55 a gram. It was a buy one, get one free, 1 pound for $20. They sent it with the enclosed in 2 pounds in one bag. $8.50 shipping, so $28.50. I'm not really counting. When I do these, I'm not going to be counting, I don't believe, postage in with the ROIs, just because anywhere you buy gold or any kind of gold you buy, you've got to pay for services on it. You've got to pay for either the handling for it. If you buy a gold ingot for a gram, you're going to be paying $75 for that 1 gram ingot, plus having it shipped to you. If you buy gold and have it stored, you got to pay for storage fees on it. So, you know, it's just the price of doing business, if you will. And it's a hobby that's you can actually gain something from on top of it. So I don't think it's really fair to some places. They include postage, some of them. So unless it's some ridiculous postage you're willing to pay, you know, for a small amount of stuff, they want to charge you $13 for one little bag, then that's just kind of your choice. But that shouldn't affect the value of the gold. So this is it. It's the standard. Their basic bag. It came in a soft wrap postage bag. I don't have on here now, but this came in good shape. It's clean. They've got their GOLD'N Paydirt card. Of course, you can get the special. If I can get it to focus in here. Of course, it's not going to. But yeah, it's they've got the Golden Miles where you can get discounts off of it, as opposed to where they were doing the 5-star review and you get a free bag of gold sent to you. I think they probably got too much flack from that, so now they just do the special card codes. So, but let us continue on. I got the Dingy Doris here, Crusty Rusty's poor southern relation, loaded and ready to go. Gonna add a little bit of the surfactant jet dry substitute to keep our gold from floating away, because this stuff has a lot of small gold. We have our lucky classic clutch pan ready to do some work. So let's dump this thing out and see what we're dealing with here from GOLD'N Paydirt. This is the I believe this was when the you can see this is wet stuff. It's well, it's not really wet, but it's not dry and dusty. So that's we've got that dealing with it. So let's set this up here. I'm not very well arranged. It's a little late on Saturday evening to be even starting this, but man, I've had an itch for getting in some gold for a couple of days, and I haven't had time. So let's just dump her out here and see. I'm hoping I don't lose daylight. I'm really doing this too late, but you know how it is, man, when you want to see some gold. So we'll rinse that out later on. But that's your typical GOLD'N Paydirt. Like Klesh always says, it looks like play sand with some pebbles in it. So I'm not seeing any pickers or, oh, there's something flashing right there. We'll see. But all right. So I guess the first thing we should do is divide this up a little bit here. We're just going to use I got the I kind of gimped it up, but this is my fine strainer, I guess what you'd call I don't know, that's probably close to 20 mesh. So it was just recently I realized, I just found out what when they talk about meshes, that 20 mesh, 10 mesh, 40 mesh, thanks to old Dave at Gold Bay doing a little check out those Gold Bay videos, man, they are great. But it's the number of squares per square inch. So if you've got 10 squares in an inch, then that's 10 mesh. If you've got 20 squares in an inch, that's 20 mesh. 40 squares in an inch, that's 40. So the finer and finer you go. So I just always thought it was just a gauge of size, random, not random, but in specific relation to this. But turns out there is a method to the madness. So got that. Got the big sluice pan here, the Garrett Super, ready to back us up for. 'Cause I imagine this is going to be pretty dirty. So let's. Not at a good angle here. Okay, so let's see what we can see on this. I mean, it's wanting to classify. It looks like it's moving through there somewhat. Probably shouldn't have put it all in there at one time, but I've done my 2 Clash videos and a Miner's Paydirt video that came out very good. I believe I got 6/10 on it, as I recall. It's hard, I don't remember. It's been too many days, but I had a data. Didn't have storage room on my device, so I had to upgrade and get an SD card and that crap, and I just hadn't had time to mess with the stuff. So I did. I'd ordered the jackpot bag from GOLD'N Paydirts that they were having. I believe it was the same thing. Buy one get one free. So I got 2-pound bags of jackpot Paydirt that came in, and both of them had ruptured in the mail. It was in a soft pack mailer. And I opened up my mailbox and pulled it out, and literally I had gravel in my mailbox. So I sent them an email. They contacted me the next day immediately, said, send us a picture of the packaging. They sent me out 2 new bags of jackpot dirt, and they were here within 4 days. And I just, I know they got a reputation, not, questionably, don't know if for guarantee, and it varies, but I'll tell you right now, I had those 2 jackpot bags. Those 1 in 3 of those jackpot bags is supposed to be was it 10 gram? It's some kind of a big payoff. They sent me 2 new bags. I went ahead and panned out the 2 bags that I'd gotten that were ruptured, and I didn't do a video on it just because they'd been compromised, and I just I wasn't set up to record it. I just wanted to see it. So on one of them, I got 0.2 of a gram. On the other one, I got 0.16 grams. So 0.36 grams from 2 bags. It turned out they were 40. It was $22 each or something. It came out to $48 for 2 bags with shipping. So 0.36 grams out of two bags of the jackpot dirt. I'm going to record my the next 2 bags of jackpot dirt whenever I do those that came in good shape. But that'll mean I'll have gotten 4 bags whenever 3 are supposed to be the money makers. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, they were very communicative and got back with me right away, and couldn't have been happier with the response and how it really had some integrity, it seems. So let's see what this regular plain old bag of dirts is going to do here. It did help me refine my technique a bit going through all that other, because I know there's people watching those last videos. Anybody watching was going, man, come on, what are you doing? Quit piddling with that stuff, or you need more water in there. Because I'm watching them saying the same thing about them, going, geez, man, it's what a rookie. But you don't want to lose any gold when you're starting this. You're very apprehensive about it, and gold carries a mystique with it that goes beyond just about anything else that we deal with in our lives on a day-to-day basis. And it's kind of one of those out there things that other people deal with. You got your gold ring or your necklace, but you're not it's just not the same as this. And I think there's no doubt I've got gold fever. I've only been involved in this in a month, and I've already got dirt coming from, I think, eight vendors, and many of them I've talked to online, one on the phone, sent emails back and forth. Very very personal people. I mean, the guy from Chicken Miner, he's Mr. Charles Hammond. He's a great guy. Dave from Gold Bay, of course. Everybody knows. I mean, these are generally good people. Not the kind of characteristics you associate with old gold miners and rough, grizzly, blah blah. Blake and Lisa from Miners Depot are great people. I'm watching their videos now where they're up in Alaska at their site for the summer, and I've got a bag, a $20 bag and a $50 bag coming from them, and it was shipped out of Alaska on my thing. So I'm watching them dig up the gold that I'm probably getting here down in South Louisiana as they're doing it. So I mean, that just it just adds a whole different aspect of the personal nature of this, and then all the people that are involved in it as well. So it's hold on just a second there. Well, after a recess here from a visit from my buddy, had a bad day on the water today. Boat issues, which is part of being a boat owner. But darkness has overtaken me. But I've already got wet dirt and bags open, so the panning must go on. So actually, he was over here talking about getting a truck. He's got a truck that might be available that I could use. I burned up the engine on mine last July, and I've been using a van I bought that's not nearly as user-friendly as my Chevy extended cab pickup truck was for construction work and hauling shit around. So, but at any rate, it's back to it. Gold Bay here. I have to remind myself what I'm doing. Not Gold Bay, GOLD'N Paydirts. I'm sorry, Dave. I did not mean to associate you with the wrong dirt. But like I said, these they showed some real class, responding to the problem I had. So, and I didn't get horrible gold. Probably one of the lowest ROIs that's out there, but we'll like I said, we'll see how this goes. I need to focus here. I'm starting to see a little black sand showing through. I was telling my buddy whenever when I'm working or doing something else, and I'm thinking about wanting to wish I was home panning gold. I want to see my gold. It becomes a rather obsessive trend, I think, for when you get bitten, and it's definitely gotten my attention. I've really liked it. And especially when you add in the whole jackpot bags thing with your when you're doing this, it kind of adds the thrill of maybe hitting that big vein, that mother lode. All right, seeing some color shining through there on the first little scoop. That's not a bad. That's never a bad sign. Let's. Yeah, I'm still trying to. I swear, if getting the videos out was a quarter of as much fun as doing this, I'd have a bunch of them out already. But I'm trying to edit on this video pad that I'd gotten, and I'm at a loss. I try to use their tutorials. It screws up my files. I put stuff in I can't find, and it's just I'm trying the U-Cut now. I've got an SD card, and I'm going to use a different editing program, U-Cut, that's for the mobile. And it already seems to be. I was able to tack a couple of different segments together. I think it'll be a lot easier to use than this. And it's like, $12 for a 3-month subscription to be able to use their thing. Otherwise, you can use it for free, but you can't export anything off of it or send, So, and I just, I'm still trying to figure out how to set up my YouTube channel at all. I'm just used to watching the stuff. I don't do it, but that's tedious and not fun. And I'm hoping that now with the unlimited memory and storage space, I will be able to process through the unpleasant part of this a lot quicker. But and like I said in the other ones, if I'm not going to be fast forwarding. I don't like watching them fast forward through the stuff. Either show it or don't show it. And I really don't care about classifications and all the the different meshes. I guess it depends on how, like me, people get deep into their hobbies, and some get minutia about it, and some are much broader strokes, if you will. But I think especially for people that watch it for the first time, it's it's good to see what you do. It's how it rolls out, and you'll get to see me hopefully get a lot better at it quicker. I know it always seems to me like I'm taking too long because I'm recording it, but you don't want to rush through your dirt. And I watch, like I said, you watch Clash tear through those bags. He can get it super sluice and do it all in one time if he wanted to, but he, that's for those of us that are only on our 4th, 5th bag, maybe your first bag, second bag. There's a definite, like I said, learning curve to it, and muscle memory, and not wanting to throw your material out, but draw it out, let it flow, and continually stratifying. So that's the one thing I noticed on mine. I needed to stratify more often after 4 or 5 dips, not 6 or 7 dips, just to make sure. But I've gone back and re-panned everything each time that I've done it, and on the first bags of the first half-gram bag of clutch that I did, I found 2 tiny, weightless specks in the tailings, and when I did the Miners Depot, same thing. I had 3 tiny, just weightless specks. So I was pretty happy with that. That I at least I was efficient with it. It took a while, but that will increase, speed up as my gold searching progresses. So I got the mosquitoes starting to come out now. They've already gotten heavier this spring than they were all through last summer, I guess, because maybe it's just been so wet this year. But keep getting them in the damn house. When you're laying there and you hear it buzzing around your head in the dark. Yeah. Well, there's some more. That's some more color shining through there. That's looking really nice. again, this is a $20 bag. Buy one, get one free, so 2 pounds. So I think if you were paying $20 for 1 pound of this, you probably wouldn't be. Oh, let's see, I just overswept the hell out of that. Less talking, more gold panning, please. But okay, let's get out what I can see and really get this back up to where it's supposed to be. And you notice I'm not wearing the gloves. I know that was the first thing that Question had recommended about, wearing the gloves to keep the oils off your hands from contaminating the gold and making it want to float. But as the great Dan Hurd now has taught us, anybody watching this probably knows who Dan Hurd is for sure, but he's got some great informative videos on panning methods, and he's the one that said that the jet dry is the same surfactant that keeps the gold from floating. That is also what keeps the oil on your hands from making any difference on it. So basically he said there's no need to really have to wear gloves to worry about your gold, because it's not going to, as long as you're using your jet dry, you're going to be okay. And the gloves are a pain in the ass, so I'm going with the old man of the mountain. I say that, I mean, I'm probably older than he is. I don't know, but he's got that beard and that old miner 49er look to him. So, old Dan, he pulls out some cool gemstones as well as gold. But it's always fun to watch him tearing up his claims. That's the fun thing. All these guys, I mean, just like David Goldbay, man, they've got a video of them mining out 140 feet underground, finding gold with their metal detector, big old piece, and man, they're just going crazy. They're as excited as you or I would be if we found that, And he's been doing this since he was 11 years old as a kid. Has spilled more gold than any of us will ever see, and it's still that much of a thrill to him to find gold like he does. And it just, like I said, it just makes it all, the whole endeavor more fun, more personal, more you're connected to the people that are sending you your gold, your dirt. You see where it's coming from, and I like it. I'm getting a little dry. I've been neglecting the martini. Shaken and not stirred. I like the way it atomizes whenever you shake it. Give a good shake. Gets that vermouth and olive juice all mixed in well with that vodka. Now it's been sitting out here diluting while I've been jacking around, not doing a video into the dark. So it's got that. It's mellowed it out a bit. It's still very tasty. I don't buy olives anymore. I wasn't a big olive fan to begin with, but I get the olive juice. You can buy a bottle of olive brine, which is just the olive juice, for like $3. And it lasts me. I'd have these bottles full of olives empty with no juice in them sitting in the refrigerator because I felt bad about throwing away perfectly good olives. But I barely eat them as it is. I'm not going to sit there and eat a bottle's worth of them, and I'd have 3 or 4. End up having to chunk them. So I wised up and started getting the olive brine, and it's much stronger and makes for a better martini. So you just don't have the classic look with your olive in it, but I'm good with that. So All right, here, let's get this process wrapping up here. I gotta, the whole swarm has found me here. Surprised you're not seeing them buzz around the light. They're staying out of the light because my face isn't in it. I didn't even do the metallic. I mean, I always call it metallics, magnetics. I know there's a lot more metallic than the magnetic metallics in here, but I know the last couple of videos I was sitting here going, man, why do I keep calling it metallics, but magnetics? But I've seen enough Gold Bay Paydirt reviews to know that they usually have very little black sand in them to begin with, so it's negligible to... Man, those are some big tiger ass mosquitoes. I'm waiting to hear that truck come roaring through, spraying the poison on them. But it's part of the mining experience. Can you imagine those guys up there in the mountains, on those rivers, getting swarmed by the biting flies and the Yukon and the mosquito swarms and bears and claim jumpers and the son of a bitch who wants to come and just shoot you to get your gold because he knows you've been working up there for about a month and you probably have a nice bag. Hell, I'm good with this with this style. Although I'd have to say, after Shane had said he was a member of the Gold GCAA Gold. You join the organization, you get access to all the claims, claims throughout the country that you can go and try to access. It has mineral rights to it, state lands, but you can if you become a member, you have access to that, and that's what I'd actually had sent him I'd watched a video and sent him a message on it, ask him, after 5 years, how's it paid off for you? And he's like, be honest, I've spent too much time traveling around the world and around the country to have really used it much. But he joined it because they sent you a free bag of gold when you became a member. So, and I think a subscription or something. So, but, it might be something cool to look into where, Georgia, I think, is probably the closest place that I could go. I know up in the where that Shison, I think it's called Shison mine is, where they sell those 30-to-1 concentrates, 35 gallon buckets concentrated into like 2 pounds or 3 pounds or something. And but you can go up there, and I know that you can go up there and actually dig for pan gold from yourself right out of their mine by concentrate on the spot and then pan it in their slough. I was sitting there watching that thing, and I'd seen Klesh go to one of those places where the people did that publicly, and he was like looking where they were doing their panning in the water buckets, water barrel type things. And of course, people that are novices out there panning gold are dropping a lot of gold in there, and sure enough, he's rocking that thing back and it's full of gold. It's like, I wonder if they let me buy the concentrate out of that trough where all these people are dumping gold into all day, because it looked like it'd be you can go up there, you can buy you buy a 5-gallon bucket or something, and or you rent the sluice for $150 or $120 for the day, and then you've got access to so much gold, and you can buy more, to run through it, and like really make a day out of it, of doing the real panning experience. It looked pretty cool, but I know it's on the edge of a national forest, but I would bet there may, if that organization had sites available up there, or over there, that's within 10 hours of me. That would be very reasonable to go up and try to do some real digging and panning, and get the. But it's I like this. It's I you don't have to go endure. And yes, it's man-made, pay dirt. I mean, it's anybody that's watching this that doesn't know. People say, oh, that's they put that can't be real. And yeah, they know exactly what they're doing. They put their measured amounts in that they want for what they're doing. And if they've got good pay dirt that they're mixing their gold in with, that's where you get your overage, where you get instead of a half a gram, you might get 6/10, 7/10 full gram if you happen to get a rich vein of the pay dirt that happens to come to you. But it's it's still it's the closest thing you can have to traditional gold mining that people would never get a chance to even begin to experience. And like I said, after you pull that first piece of gold out of dirt, it's not the same as having a gold ring or having a gold watch or a necklace. And I've had a couple of gold rings. I'm not a jewelry guy. I never wore it, and but I remember having a big, girlfriend gave me a nugget ring back in the 80s when they were popular, mid 80s. Had a half carat diamond in it, and I think it was 18 karat. It wasn't 14. It was a nice. It was an expensive ring for the. Back then though, gold was $300 an ounce. So, you could get those big gold chains and gaudy rings, and it not be the price of a car. But yeah, I don't even know whatever happened to it. But it's not the same as sitting there looking at your gold that you've pulled out with the under the loop or the microscope or the magnifying glass, and seeing the different inclusions and characteristics, and just the profiles of different gold from different places. I guarantee you, I'm going to definitely be getting some of that crystalline gold from Gold Bay before this is over, because I just think that stuff's just cool as hell. I've seen that. I watched that same video where Dave was working in that mine 144 feet underground, and they found this beautiful, huge piece of crystalline gold. Gold sticking out of it, 2 inches, 3 inches, like a sculpture. And they just went crazy over it. And I saw him on a video with when he had dinner with Klesh in Colorado, pulling him out, showing that. And I think it was the second specimen he pulled out. And as soon as he did, I was pretty sure I recognized it as that piece that they had pulled out of the mine in 2019 that they had videoed. So, and seeing it cleaned up and in detail, and I think they just it's a unique and very different hobby endeavor. I call it. I don't. I call it an investment. It's when you spend $5 on a fishing lure and you're out there, and yeah, you got you some bass, and yeah, most of the time you're releasing those anyway. You're out there having your fun, but you're always paying, and you're not going to be able to resell those lures or those fillets. But this is a whole different ball game as far as collections and hobbies, and just I don't know what you'd call it, in recreational endeavors. Although I have to say, these damn mosquitoes are just eating me alive. Maybe I should pause and go see if I've got some off handy, because they're really distracting me from my gold endeavors here. All right, that's looking good. Yeah, okay, let's finish that off. That's it. The man who got me that got me hooked on this stuff. Son bitch. I thank you very much. Like I said, a month ago, I'd never even heard of this crap. Didn't know it existed. Didn't know it was possible. Then I saw it, and I was, and he was doing all the low end, the reviews on stuff, basically, what not to get. But the first video I saw was that one where he pulled out, I think it was the $5,000 bucket. That's why clicked on it. I paid $5,000 for dirt. I'm like, what? What's this? And the rest, as they say, is history. I think that was his. I don't remember if that was his Lynch or his Miners Depot bucket. I think the Miners Depot bucket was the $10,000 bucket. Yeah, because they said that was their first $10,000 bucket that they'd ever sold, and it was a blessing for him to buy $10,000 worth of gold from them. And he, as I recall, he got a full ROI return on that for the time that it was. Seemed like it was a little bit under, but I think with the adjustment from when it had gotten it or whatever, it was. It turned out that he was. It was a good payback. Now I think it was on the lynch mining dirt that he'd gotten. He had some huge nuggets and looked really good, but it cost him like $500 short of the of getting his ROI back. But the specimens that he had could be sold as gold specimens, and the nuggets, it could be sold actually as specimens. So that increased the value of it somewhat if were to sell them. But I think I've got a couple of bags from Lynch in there. I'm gonna have to check. They say they're slow, but I made the order, and I got the I think I got 2 of the $16 bags from them. No guarantee, but guarantee to find gold, but no weight. But it was the same price for postage if I bought 1 bag or 3 bags. So I just went ahead and doubled up on it just to give it a good check for $16 each and see what It looks like it's funny. It looks a lot bigger on the computer, and when you get it, it's these little, half of a quarter of a Ziploc baggie size, full of dirt. But we'll see what they do. I think some of these companies, with the response to this modern gold rush we're seeing going on, and all these thousands of people that are getting into this and buying and researching and looking for deals, that some of these gold companies are actually starting to, the ones that were your basic eBay sellers, Amazon sellers maybe, or trying to make it a little more appealing, because people are getting educated. So you're not going to be able, they're not, you're not going to buy something for $20 where you get, 0.06, not even a tenth of a gram out of $20 bag, or you get your $100 bag and you get a, 0.6 of a gram. That's not going to cut it these days. Not when you can go to Gold Bay and get 103 ROI guarantee on a bag. So that's I don't know, that's just I've watched a lot of videos. Usually that's what I do before I pass out. I'll check and see what's up on the excuse me, latest offerings, or go back and look at some, they go back 5-6 years to some of them. But and I don't, I'm not criticizing anybody. I just know that for me, though, when I hear that, or the they can't play anything that anybody knows. I mean, geez, I'm wondering what it would cost me to buy the rights to be able to play, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, or Zeppelin's Learning to Fly album or something, so wouldn't get strikes for having music that people actually know. But again, you don't know what people's tastes are in music, and you're not here to listen to music. You're here to find gold. So You know, I have to mute it. I mean, it's like or I'll fast forward through it. You know, I'll not fast forward, just click ahead, because you can, you know, follow the cue to see where you want to go for the next pan. Because, you know, I mean, if he had something to say, you know, it's like what was that? What was that Saturday Night Live? He used to do Mike Myers and Coffee Talk. We'll talk, no big whoop. You know, it's gold talk. we're gonna pan some gold and we're gonna chat. No big whoop. So yeah, you'll never, like I said, you will never hear any generic, repetitive, twangy on any of my videos. You just me panning gold, and like I said, all you have to do is follow the cue forward to wherever you want to see. You're like, you know, this guy just shut the hell up, and that's easily accomplished. Just go to the end and see what you want to see. Because I mean, that's what it's all about, really. Is, you know, what's in the pan at the end. That's the only thing that matters. All the rest of it's just window dressing. Like I said, man, I don't need to sit there and see somebody classify 5 different types of dirt and break it down. And some people like that. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying, for me, it just doesn't. That doesn't do anything for me. So, you know, this is you know, I know, so I always think these are too long, but it is what it is. I like the ones that are longer myself, you know, kind of, you know, like I said, everybody's got a different taste. If people actually watch this and, you know, you leave comments and say, hey man, you know, shut the hell up and get off the gold, or make your videos shorter, or you know, go back to painting houses, you know, that's then I'll listen. I don't know that I'll give a shit, but I'll listen. You know, it's what America's about. You can turn the shit off. You used to be able to make a choice if you wanted to turn something off or not. Now they turn it off for you and tell you to shut the hell up if you don't like it. And that's not what we're about here. I mean, sorry to tell these pieces of shit. And hell, in the last, God damn it, that was a plane that just came by. I don't think that was a mosquito. But hell, I spent more time in Facebook jail than I did able to access it. And, you know, hell, 3 out of 6 months I was blocked completely because I'd post the wrong thing. I call them fascist bastards, FB. That's how I always refer to them when I'm talking about fascist bastards. You know, I'm talking about Facebook, and that's even before they became the real fascist bastards that they are today. But you know, so like I said, that's what it's all about. Choice. If you choose to watch this and you get some enjoyment out of it, or maybe just to see the experience, or watch some newbie try to pick gold out of dirt down in South Louisiana, the gold hub of the South now, you're more than welcome. Alright, I'm not expecting really anything in this. If there is, I mean, maybe a tiny piece that got through, but I would be very surprised. But this is not the GOLD'N Paydirts typical size you will find a lot of gold in that I've seen. Alright, getting down to the nitty of the gritty here. I did more sand in that than I expected to see. I didn't, like I said, I never used the metallics on it. It wasn't the real heavies, because You saw it moved pretty easily away from the gold when I'd suck it up, but still. I don't want to, I mean, it is what it is. If people, like I said, Clash said before, if it doesn't have a weight guarantee on it, then, you know, you're taking your chances on it. And when you call up Golden Paydirt is the first one that comes up the most, because they are everywhere. So I don't know how many people you could, you know, disenfranchise with bad Paydirt before it runs out on you. So I'm thinking they might have made up their game a little bit here over the last couple of years, but it's hard to say. Like I said, I'm just speculating because I am new to all of this. A month ago, I didn't know who any of these people were or any of this existed. So, but oh man, is it telling me we've fallen into darkness? I've lost my battery power. Well, that's a load of it there. Hold on a second. Let's see. Okay, well, I went dark there. Battery ran down, but in true Louisiana fashion, picked up a few little mud bugs when I was charging it back up. So before we dig into the rest of this little pile here, you always hear about pinching tails and sucking heads, right? Well, this is Louisiana crawfish right here, crawdad. We always call them Texas crawdads. But you want to break off that. See all that fat in there? That's usually when you suck the head, that's what they're sucking out, is the juice and stuff. I'm not a big, there's nothing else in there but flavor. But the tails is where your money is. So when they talk about pinching the tail, I always thought they meant just squeeze it like that, you know, pinch it. But actually what you want to do, a little crawfish tutorial here, is you want to squeeze it from the sides all the way down, break that free. Then you take your meat here at the top and you pinch the end of the tail. And if it's, well, some crawfish are cooked a little longer than others, and when they soak. But that's how it should come out looking, is pretty much with the tail intact. And then you've got the your black line across the back there, like in your shrimp, your vein. But this one's just got fat in it, and so it's But that's what they're talking about. I was down here for a couple years before I understood that I was doing it wrong. But yeah, you want to pinch from the side all the way down. Then you grab it and slide it out. And if you're lucky, that black vein will come out with it. Sometimes they flush them out pretty good. I got these from the store, and you can peel it back and see there's all that fat there. I washed my hands in between this, so yeah, they were. So see, there's no black line in these. They really purged these good when they brought them out. These are wild caught. Delicious. So, all right, back to business. Let's finish this up here. You can see even the water, even the pans are settled. You can see them in the stuff in here. The last little bit of my Golden Paydirt, and I just went dark. And I'm really not expecting, like I said, anything in here, but you never know. It could be one of those nugget bags with a nice little chunky nugget sitting in the bottom. Let's spin that around and see what we can get out of there. If it's showing anything at all. And to no surprise, yeah, we've got that's a big nada on the large grain. Boy, those mosquitoes, they didn't give up. They were waiting for me to come back. I left my martini out here, so it's in one of these nice insulated cups. So even out here in the humidity and the heat, it's a pleasant night tonight in Louisiana, but keeps those ice cubes from diluting your drink down too much. So okay, that's it. And there we have it. I'll check these, go back through this, you know, another time and see, but I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything on this one. even in the dark. So let us go and have another crawfish and take this in and dry it up and see what Gold Bay did for us today. Sitting here worrying about crawfish and mosquitoes, and I forgot the most important part before we took it in to weigh it in, is to see what we got. I know I've been sucking it up here some, but it's been too long now since I was doing it, so I forgot what I actually had in this little bottle. So let's just throw it in our pan here, and then we'll take it in and, you know, dry it up. There's procedures involved in this. You can't just be haphazardly slopping around and not paying attention to your damn gold. Gold demands attention. So let's see here. Got a little extra water in. Oh, stuff's rattling around. That's always at least a good. And that looks like that's about where we are right there with that. I'm guessing that this will come out to maybe 1/10 of a gram. I don't know. Like I said, I got some new scales that are more accurate and have a couple extra digits in them, so I can get a more accurate reading of. I felt bad with my Klesh Gold because my Klesh crumbs, it didn't move my scale, but I mean, there was a good little amount of gold out of that little bag, that little Klesh crumbs bag, you know, $15 bag. But and I got 6/10 of a gram from my just regular Klesh. What was the Paydirt bag? It was the black bag. It wasn't the sands, but it got 6/10 of a gram. It's the ½ gram guarantee. So when I put them together and weighed it in my new scale, it weighed what was it? Yeah, 7.5 or something. So actually, but so you know that, you know, I know I got 6/10 of a bag out of the bigger the ½ gram bag. So I'm sitting here talking. I should be looking. But they don't have those fines and stuff like that in here. I got 2 little pieces there that I missed. About to dump back in the pan. I'd have found that tomorrow and go, damn, I missed gold. And no, I just dumped it back in because I'm running my mouth and fighting off mosquitoes instead of. But it's like 10 o'clock at night out here now, and it's gotten a little ridiculous. We ran through the neighbors are out now, so okay, that's we got our gold cleaned out of there. Let's give it one more dump out here. I was playing with my gold the other night because, you know, once you got it out of the dirt, you want to look at it, and I was trying to clean it up some, and I went to use my tweezers, and they'd been sitting in the bag with my magnet, and it magnetized the tweezers, and it made it really easy when I went to wipe it through. It would pick up all those little grains of most of the metallic the magnetics that were still in the black sand that were heavy enough to stay with the gold. So now I keep my tweezers, you know, stuck onto my magnet, so whenever I want to go through and groom my gold, play with my gold, it helps to you know, because there were like little pieces of sand quartz, clear quartz and stuff in there. So all right, well, let's go weigh that up and see what that little bit of gold comes to. Okay, well, we got the torch going. I don't have a heat gun because that would suggest that you have to do the kind of work that requires a heat gun, which I don't like to do, so I subsequently don't have one. So I got the torch though, and a little pan here that will work nicely. So this is how I dry my gold, for the time being at least. So seems to be getting there right now. Like I said, I'm guessing maybe a tenth of a gram, if that, out of this. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe 0.070. Some of those little pieces are dense, so you know it's hard to tell with gold sometimes. I have found in my brief experiences with it, the precious metal. My precious. That's how I feel sometimes with this stuff. It's just ridiculous. It's so much fun. It's, yes, my precious. Okay. Now let's see here. Let's get us a. Let me see what I'm doing there, but it's, I'm just getting it out of the pan. All right, now let's see. Okay, well, we got our gold dried up, and there it is with your classic clutch pick. So the scale's zeroed out. Let's pour it on and see what the damage is here to our ROI. And looks like that is exactly what we expected to see. 0.9. I mean 0.09. So yeah, not a, you know, not the best you'd want to get. So you know, we're not gonna bother to do, you know, whatever it is. Today is I think at this, when I bought this stuff, it was going for 55, was it 55.88? Golden Paydirt, for then it was 55.84, and today it's going for 58.35 a gram or so within the day or so. So, you know, it's Golden Paydirt. It is what it is. If you were getting one of these bags instead of buy one get one free, then yeah, it probably would not be the happiest day of your of your time. So, but you know, we're gonna do the 2 jackpot bags I got. Maybe one of those is one of the super winners. 1 in 3. I've gotten 4 of them now. So we'll see, Golden. But you know, it's, as always, it's fun. That's what it's all about. Even with the mosquitoes and the neighbors and the interruptions, you know, it's part of life. So you got gold at the end of the day, so that's a good thing. So I have to say yeehaw. So it was crawfish, mosquitoes, and gold tonight. Oh, and martinis. So cheers to all you gold aficionados out there striving to make the big hit the big claim. And I'll see you on the next round of Bayou Gold Guy. Thank you for viewing. Slam that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this.